All right, we're here. All right. And we are live with the first episode, or at least the first Aftershow episode of the Obi-Wan Kenobi Aftershow. The reason I say that is because on this episode, we're going to be talking about the first two episodes of Obi-Wan Kenobi, because they both released at the same time, on the same day, on a weird day, because it's supposed to be Friday, and then it's not, and then it is. And then it's going to be Wednesday next week. So things are pretty weird. I'm your host, Dimitri Pereira. Let's talk about these two episodes. I also got my co-host today. We got no guest, but we do got a co-host, and his name is Matthew Morey. Matthew, how you doing today?
What's up, man? I'm doing fine.
You're a little soft, at least on my end.
Well, hey, how about now?
Yeah, a lot better. People are paying
better?
the big bucks. People paying the big bucks to hear you, you know?
Okay. Well, they got all they bargained for.
They want the full Matthew Morey experience, you know?
All right. Yeah. I'm happy to give it to them. Whoever wants it.
Whoever wants it, they got it. There was a lot going on in these two episodes. One was like 40 minutes, one was like 50 minutes, right? So we essentially got like did we get a full Star Wars?
I mean, at a much lower budget, but yeah.
Yes. Of course. Is that your problem? Or do you have a problem with like these Star Wars shows being too low budget? Is that something that pops in your head?
Not. I mean, it's noticeable a lot, but I wouldn't say it's necessarily a problem.
Right. I mean, I would
Until
say
it
like
is.
They're doing the same things that they did in the previous movies, except it just probably costs less now, right?
Yeah.
I mean, ish.
So, I mean, when we saw the last show, Book of Boba Fett, we definitely saw some of the, the consequences of cutting the budget, right?
Which is the lead
lane
lane speeder chase
stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, sometimes it's noticeable and it's bad. Sometimes it's noticeable and doesn't matter too much.
Right. And sometimes it's not really noticeable and like they do well with the money they have, right?
Yeah.
Did you want an Obi-Wan Kenobi show? People have been talking about a Kenobi show for a long time, and this was even called Kenobi, and then they changed the name. It was called Kenobi for the longest time, and now it's Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Obi-Wan Kenobi. I guess. I mean, I don't know. I feel like I did at one point kind of want it.
Yeah.
And then leading up to it, now that it's here, the last few months, I was kind of like, I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know if I really want it. It's kind of like I'm really just looking forward to seeing something new. But, I mean, it's here, and I'm going to watch it. So
you're also a proponent of you just want Star Wars movies, right?
Above all things, yes, I want movies.
But you want both. You want both, but you're...
Yeah, I feel like I want Star Wars to be a film franchise and has, like, supplemental material, like books, comics,
right,
television shows. But if they're not making movies, like, it's not... it just doesn't feel right to me.
In your perfect world, would Kenobi have been a movie or a TV show? Is what's deserving of a TV show or movie dependent upon plot or dependent upon character?
I would have been a lot more excited if it was a movie than I am for the series.
But do you feel like Kenobi deserved his own series or own movie? If Solo got his own movie, Kenobi should have gotten?
Sure, yeah. Yeah, of course. I mean, if there's something compelling to say, then why not?
Is it dependent on plot or dependent on character?
It's dependent on, I guess, both things. Like, if more character than plot, and if the character's good and the plot's interesting. I mean, I care more about character than anything.
Right.
Plots can be whatever. As long as they're giving me something that feels like it's worth watching, I'm going to watch it.
Yeah.
And I'll be happy with it. I would have been a lot more excited if this were a movie. But, we haven't seen all the episodes yet. Who knows?
Right.
Well, I mean, who knows yet at this point? So let it sit for a little while.
I mean, these were two episodes, and it's hard to think about, like, what's in episode 1 and what's episode 2. But episode 1's all on Tatooine. We get all that stuff. And then episode 2 is all on Dayu. Dayu? Is that what it's called?
Yes.
Okay.
There's a little bit Alderaan sprinkled in.
There is a little bit of Alderaan sprinkled
in both of them.
Yeah. How would you sum up the show so far? It...
Obi-Wan Kenobi is not happy with the Jedi failing.
Right.
And wants the Jedi to end. Sounds pretty familiar to me.
He feels shame, right?
Feels shame, feels guilt.
You're telling me that Obi-Wan Kenobi did not do anything this whole time? What?
And
He's
when
living
somebody
in
said
exile?
you're a Jedi, come and help, and he said no, the Jedi just screw things up.
Yeah.
This all sounds pretty familiar to me.
Mm-hmm.
Like we've heard this story before.
Now that I'm thinking about it, Obi-Wan's end of in A New Hope is very similar to Luke's end in Last Jedi.
This is very much what I'm getting at.
No, I know that, but like I never thought about that specific thing. Obi-Wan Kenobi didn't go down in a huge battle.
Nope. He went down on his terms, just like Luke did.
He just got swiped.
Yeah.
Swiping
sacrificed himself for the greater good.
Now that you say that, I never thought about that. I mean, I'm all for Last Jedi. I'm all for it. But like, you're right that there is kind of a mirroring between Obi-Wan and Luke.
Oh yeah, of course. I don't think that was an accident.
Also, all the Jedi that we know, they either died or they lived and gave up.
What do you mean gave up? I mean, Obi-Wan didn't give up.
I mean, he kind of
didn't give up.
Obi-Wan's given up in this.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying?
But it doesn't end his story there.
No, I'm not. I'm just saying that, like, none of the Jedi that we know went on to create a Jedi Academy for, like, superheroes, you know?
Yeah.
Like, Yoda wasn't training people on Dagobah.
I mean, that was like, because that was kind of like missing the point, right? That was the whole point of the Last Jedi was like, it's not really, or I don't know. It's not really about, like, Jedi being the saviors of the world so much.
Right. Because think about Yoda, right? Like I'm sure if we had seen episodes 1, 2, 3, and then 4 and 5, like if it came out in that order, like I feel like people would be complaining that Yoda just gave up.
Yeah. No, I agree with you.
In the same way Luke, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then they'd be like, in people's headcanon, I'm sure. Imagine if the original trilogy or the prequel trilogy was the original trilogy, and then it just got released in order. The new fans of 4 and 5 would have been like, this whole time in their head, they'd been like, headcanon, Yoda is training a bunch of younglings that he like saved, right? He saved a bunch of younglings and he raised them to be like super Jedi, and that they're gonna fight back against the Empire.
Nope, he's just cracking jokes in his hut.
And he's living a simple life. He's ashamed. Oh, he has so much shame.
Yeah. Yeah, it seems like that's kind of a thing. Yeah, and they would be like, this isn't my Yoda, like, making all these jokes. Why do they got to do all the humor?
Yeah. Yeah. Why, my Yoda would just bust down doors and just, like, fight Vader, right?
He's serious and just looks at you.
Yeah. That's not my Yoda. Is Yoda's an old man? He should be flipping. He should be doing flips.
Totally. That'd be so much better.
The time period of this show is kind of weird, right? It's 10 years after Revenge of the Sith.
Yeah.
Which means it's what, 11 years before the Battle of Yavin? Like, how old is Luke in New Hope? 18 or 21?
I think it was 19.
19? Okay. So this is 9 years before the Battle of Yavin.
I don't know for sure.
Okay. But like, how do you feel about the time period that's going on right now?
I mean, look, I'm not gonna like sit and bash prequel era, but there's just a part of me where it's probably why I can recognize the Clone Wars are a good show.
Yeah,
it's a good show.
Oh yeah,
and that it's good. But there's just a part of me when I watch it, it just reminds me of like, I don't know, I don't like this time period personally.
Yeah.
So
that's fair.
So I was hoping it would kind of bridge the gap between the prequels and the original trilogy, kind of like how I was gonna say kind of how Rogue One did, but Rogue One felt more original trilogy than prequel.
Oh, definitely.
So I don't know. I mean, it's kind of like
How'd Solo
definitely
feel?
feels like a prequel.
How'd Solo feel?
Like nothing I've ever seen before.
In a good way? Did you like Solo?
I thought Solo was fine. I didn't hate it. I would say I liked it.
I liked it.
It
It's not
was
the be all end all.
it was fine. It can exist.
Yeah. Yeah. So in this first episode, we're dealing with Tatooine. We're dealing with Obi-Wan. What is he doing at work? What is that work? He's like
he's like go ahead.
Cutting something? What does he do?
He's like a meat packer or something.
Is that what it is?
Meat. It was like it looked like fish.
It did look like fish.
Was it a crate dragon they were harvesting?
Nobody's killed a crate dragon.
Until
people don't kill a crate dragon until Mandalorian.
I guess. Yeah, okay.
Tusken Raiders don't even kill crate dragon.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what it was. It looked like fish meat, but
right.
They're also on Tatooine, so where are they getting fish meat?
I mean, it could be one of those fish things that what's his name from they're not on Tatooine, but like what are those fish things that Mando rides in the first episode?
Oh gosh.
You know what I mean? He's taught to ride. Like there's a whole thing in that first episode before he gets to Grogu. No. Mando is Mando. Din is he rides the one guy.
The thing Queels teach him how to ride.
Yeah.
The blurb or whatever they're called.
Anyway, those are fish type tadpole looking creatures.
Oh, I kind of always thought them as reptiles, but I guess they don't really have scales. So, well, fish have scales.
Fish do have scales. Well, not all fish, I think, right? Anyway, whatever. Point being is, Obi-Wan's on Tatooine. He's working at this thing. He's not using any force powers. He's just going about his day. He's watching from afar. Are we setting a good starting point for kind of Obi-Wan, or was it kind of weird to begin with, or how you
mean as the show or as the character?
As this setup, like this is what he's been up to for 10 years.
Well, we know he'd have to be keeping a low profile, right?
Right.
Up until this point. I mean, what else? It would make sense that he wouldn't have much going on. He's in hiding. The Jedi are being hunted. They know he's alive. They're looking for him, right?
They know he's alive. He doesn't know that Anakin's alive.
No, he doesn't know.
Right, as we find out in episode 2. Yeah.
So, I mean, I think it makes sense that this is where he would be. And, it was going to take something extraordinary to get him out of his funk or, his... what am I thinking of? Exile.
Yeah. We don't really see this coming until the end of episode 1, right? We don't. We see Leia on Alderaan, but at the same time, like we don't know that that's the premise of the show or whatever we're seeing so far. Is it fair to assume that's the premise of the show?
I feel like she was taken in the first episode, right?
At the end, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
The two episodes are blurring together for me.
Yeah, it ends pretty much with him getting on that ship and his lightsaber being shown. Doesn't it end there? That's episode 1. They're like, "Hey, you coming or going?" And it's like, okay.
Yeah. And Kim is himself. Yeah, okay. And Bail Organa visits. Yeah. Okay. I mean, that was kind of cool. Everyone thought he was going to be watching over Luke. No, at least, look, I'm sure somebody predicted Leia, but from what I saw, my anecdotal experience.
Yeah, they hid that, right? They hid that.
Talking about, hey, maybe he's going to go after and try to help Leia. So that was interesting. Didn't necessarily say I liked it, but it's interesting at least.
Do you feel this is taken?
Dude, I had the thought too. I was like, they already got Liam Neeson.
They had Liam Neeson as Qui-Gon. This is their Qui-Gon Jinn appreciation show where it's Liam Neeson appreciation show. It's kind of taken, right?
We just need Qui-Gon to show up as a Force ghost. Like, you have a unique set of skills. Use them. Oh god. Yeah.
I was surprised to see Leia. It was nice to see Leia.
Right after they say they're not going to recast characters with younger actors, they go really young.
Does that count? I don't know if that counts.
No, I don't know.
But I'm glad that if this series is going to focus on one of the Skywalker siblings, it's going to be Leia and not Luke.
Yeah, that's cool.
Luke is just going to be too much like Anakin. I don't want another Anakin from Episode 1.
Yeah, I mean,
but Leia's cute
Luke too.
You know, she's just a cute little girl. She's just like
she is cute, definitely.
You didn't like her character?
Well, I mean, like her character.
Oh, okay. You don't like the actress?
She's all right. I mean, she's a kid.
What's the butt? I feel like there's a butt.
She's a kid.
Yeah,
so you know, well,
but she's leagues better than Jake Lloyd.
Okay, well,
no offense to Jake Lloyd, he was just a kid and he didn't have a proper director. Let's be honest. Exactly. He didn't have a proper director. Not a director that directs actors. George Lucas directs plot, he directs action, great, but he does not direct actors.
He's a writer.
Yeah.
Well, his dialogue's pretty bad too, though. So I don't know.
But like
he's
no offense to Jake Lloyd
art direction.
Out there, but this kid is fairly decent, fairly good for a kid actor, you know.
Yeah, she's fine.
Yeah. Do you? Okay, there's so many things to. I'll let you choose the next topic because there's a lot of things we can kind of go on.
Okay. The thing that is just sticking out as a sore thumb to me is like, okay, some of the acting seems pretty bad. Some of the dialogue seems pretty bad.
Like
to the point where, well, a lot of them. The Inquisitors, I don't really like any of them as far as their performance. They seem very. All of them. It's like their delivery is. I don't know. Not into it.
Yeah.
I should have written down some of the dialogue that made me like roll my eyes or kind of cringe because there were some moments that I was just like, I wish I could remember what specifically it was. So I don't know. How did you feel about that? About acting and dialogue?
The Inquisitors' relationships are kind of weird because they keep being like, Reva. Is her name Reva or Riva?
I don't remember.
Okay, maybe Riva. Riva, cut it out, Riva. And then Riva's like, I'm gonna do what I want. And then they're like, Riva, come on, Riva, stop, Riva. And then Riva's like, no, it's Gilly. Do you know what I'm talking about on SNL?
No. Nope, not familiar with that.
It's Kristen Wiig's character where she's just like a troublemaking kid, but like almost homicidal, even as Gilly. But then it's Jason Sudeikis playing the teacher, and he's like, or no, maybe it's Will Forte, and it's like, Gilly. So it's just that, and it's like, yeah, you know, it's kind of like that. So Riva's kind of like
it's
that.
It's Riva.
Is it Riva?
Yeah.
Okay. So, I just feel like they were kind of just like letting her do whatever, and then they were just disappointed in her, which is kind of the disappointment because it seemed like they're like that's a good summation. It's like they were disappointed in her. That's a weird emotion to have as a Inquisitor, right? Why are they disappointed?
We don't really.
That's a weird emotion.
That is true. You more see them like almost emotionless, other than anger.
Yeah.
With the dark side users, you don't really see anything else.
They're also not all homicidal. Riva's the one, so she seems like odd person out. But they're just like, why are you killing people, dude? And Riva's like, I thought we were bad.
Yeah, she's like way into it.
Yeah. There has to be a reason, though, right? If we're talking about, let's talk about Riva right now. Like, why is she doing what she's doing? Is she one of those kids in the beginning?
Well, her motivation was she wanted to bring Obi-Wan to Darth Vader, right?
Right.
Because she thought it would give her, prestige, notoriety, whatever. Right.
But was she one of the foundlings in the beginning? The younglings, I mean?
I hope not, to be honest with you.
You know what I'm talking about? That one scene, right?
Yeah, the Order 66.
But why did they show it then?
I don't know.
That had to have been her.
I asked the same question. Why did we need another Order 66 scene?
It was kind of cool.
I guess this was cool. The 9 other times I saw it too. I guess I don't know.
We're seeing it from different angles, different things. This is about a group of. Oh, that was what was awkward. That was what we awkward. What do we do now? Now we run. It's like, you're 7, dude. Like, why are you talking like that? That's weird.
Some of the dialogue's a little weird.
Yeah.
And they did the thing where I don't want to get too far off topic of what we're talking about now, but they did the thing where Princess Leia's like speaking like an adult, and Obi-Wan Kenobi's like, "How old are you?" Like,
yeah,
such lazy writing.
I get that it's lazy writing, but I do have a theory about it, which I don't think it's probably a theory. Everybody has to agree with me, right? She's using the Force, right? She's an empath. She's an empath.
I think we're gonna get that. I think we're gonna get her using the Force somehow, and I'm excited for that.
Right, but she's exhibiting the Force in a way that like a lot of us haven't seen before, right? Maybe we've seen it in like cartoons or whatever, but she's an empath where she knows how people are feeling, and she can kind of intuitively kind of read a person, right?
Yeah.
But if that's the case, then we got to look back on the original trilogy now and see the times in which, like, did she get a good read on people then?
I mean, she knew Luke was too short to be a stormtrooper.
Right. She was disgusted by Grand Moff Tarkin. She wasn't afraid of Vader. You know?
Yeah. She spoke with that British accent.
The fake British accent that Star Wars characters have. The American actors have this like fake British accent, but in this one we get a Southern guy at that meat packing place. He's like, "Well, you won't fight," or whatever, like whatever he said. I was like, this is the first time we were hearing like a Texan Southern kind of accent in Star Wars.
That's good.
And also like a weird meth lab too.
Yes, a meth lab.
It was kind of a meth lab. Right?
Yeah, they were making spice.
Were they?
That's why they had to wear the. Yeah, that's
bad.
What it is, right? I don't know. Spice. Yeah. It's all the illicit substances or spice.
We see a death stick dealer again. It's that girl that was there is very much like Sleezo McBaggins or whatever his name is. What's his name? In episode 2?
I don't know.
Okay. It's I know Discount Bo-Katan was talking about him. Brought him up the other day. But that's like cool. Sleezo, his name is like Sleezo something.
Yeah, it's something like that. Is it supposed to sound like Bilbo Baggins or Frodo Baggins?
I forget. Elon Sleazebagano.
After Elon Musk?
No, it's ELAN. Elon Sleazebagano. Okay. Yeah. Weird. But like, there's a lot going on, and I'm trying to figure it all out. How many episodes is this season or series?
6.
So that's 2 down, 4 left. That's weird.
Only 4 left. That's fine. I'm happier to have a shorter event.
Yeah.
Especially because this was supposed to be a movie, so it's going to be pretty contained.
Yeah.
I don't know how much they changed the story to change it from a movie to a series, but
right. It probably just would have been taken, but like that's the whole movie, right?
Yeah, that's fine as long as it's done well.
Yeah. Is that Forlom that we see? Probably not, right? Because he gets killed.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, I mean, he's a droid. He can be rebuilt, right?
Or a different model. He's a different model. That's why like IG-88 is different than IG whatever.
You know what's funny is I hear everyone say Forlom, but when you read the comics,
it's 4 LOM.
It's 4 and it's LOM, ELOM.
But that's just adding more syllables. Just call him Forlom.
Forlom's good.
Yeah. 4 LOM. LOM. That's
LOM.
Forlom. We also see Kumail Nanjiani. I don't know what this is like. What's the purpose of his character?
I can't figure him out, but that's good. That's a good thing.
Yeah.
Because first thought he was a slime ball, which he might be, right?
Yeah.
And then he's like helping them, which last we saw him, he was trying to stop the Inquisitor from getting to them.
Right, but then she went through his mind.
Yep. And push him aside.
She has the Force. Do all the Inquisitors have the Force?
I believe so, yeah.
Okay.
And then
not the Grand Inquisitor. He didn't see what was coming. That idiot.
Yeah. Is that the same guy from Rebels? The same character?
Yeah. Well,
so
I don't know.
He survives that.
What? Is really?
Well, he's in Rebels. Rebels takes place after this.
When does Rebels take place?
Takes place like right before New Hope. And we see him die in Rebels.
I don't remember him.
This is a different character. I mean, I thought it was the same guy. I didn't really look into it. I assumed it was the same character.
It's supposed to be.
Okay, then he survives this. He's not dead.
Okay. That's weird. Yeah, there's Screen Rant is asking, did that character just die? Did that Obi-Wan character really just die? And then they say, if it's true, then it's a massive retcon that blah blah blah. Yeah, you're right. They're not going to.
It would be a massive retcon, yeah.
But they're not. But not going to massively. Yeah. That's like, did Darth Maul just come back to life? That's a retcon. And it's like, it is a retcon, but technically didn't affect episode.
There was a clone in Rebels. They could do something like that.
Like it's a fake out.
Yeah, of course it is. But if you're not familiar with Rebels, you don't know that.
Right. So he'll probably come back.
So back to Kumail Nanjiani.
Yeah.
I thought he was great seeing him pretending to be a Jedi and swindling people out of their money. I think that's kind of a cool thing to see. I mean,
but to what purpose?
Not a cool thing in real life, but
just to get extra
screen,
credits.
It's kind of cool. Yeah. It's kind of like, why wouldn't somebody do that? Why wouldn't somebody be a fortune teller type of person to take money from people? It was pretty cool. Freaking brave too, standing up to the Inquisitor, saying he's a Jedi, knowing exactly what she's going to do.
It's like, what's his backstory?
I am surprised she didn't kill him, since she was so brutal toward everybody else.
I mean, she was going to kill, but I think it's, I don't know.
I mean, she was definitely trying to terrorize everybody.
And Tatooine?
The threat, threat of violence. There we go.
Yeah.
To scare everybody. So it was more of a show there. I guess it wasn't really a show.
Yeah. I don't know. Is she? I don't think Reva is. I think Reva's going to be a sympathetic. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, I think Reva is going to be a sympathetic character as opposed to an outright villain. I think so. Because there's something about her that she's like kind of keeping under wraps. And I feel like there's just a backstory to explain why she feels the way she does. And then they'll fix that later, Yeah,
maybe. She is going pretty hard.
She is. She's also doing these wall strafes and stuff that like they do in Fallen Order.
She's, super acrobatic or whatever. With parkour, so it's called.
Yeah, she's, but who's the villain? What sister? It's fifth sister or something?
Oh, in Jedi Fallen Order?
Yeah.
I don't remember.
I forget, but it's not her, and it's the first time we've seen her, right? So who knows what'll happen to her?
Yeah. I don't know. I don't think she's been in anything else. The other two Inquisitors have been in other shows.
The green one is Han from Fast and Furious, I think.
Oh.
I think. I could be wrong, and if I'm wrong, I'm sorry, but
Han Solo, isn't that his name?
No.
Yeah, there's he's like on a computer screen or something. It shows like his driver's license. His name is Han Solo.
Is it?
Yeah.
That's his character. Name in Fast and Furious?
Yeah, I think they might have retconned it, but like in one of the movies, it says Han.
Oh, it is.
Like Soul and then Lo.
It is his last name.
Yeah.
That's Yeah. Yeah. That's funny. Is it Sung Kang? I think Sung Kang is in. Yeah, it's Sung Kang. Okay, who
Cool.
plays Han in?
Well, that's cool.
In Fast and Furious. He doesn't do much in this, but you know.
Yeah, I mean, you might have a bigger part later on.
Yeah,
we'll see.
Yeah, yeah. What's next? They're taking that transport to wherever Kumail said they would help them, right?
Yeah, that's where it ended.
But like, where? What more do we need from this? I'll be honest. Like, I liked this, but I have two thoughts. One is I don't think we needed this show. And I get that everybody wants a reunion, and I get it. It's fine. I'm not negative in that way. Like, I want people to enjoy these shows, right? But I also think that, like, out of the stories to tell, do we need this?
No.
Do we want this?
Some people do.
Which is fine. Which is fair.
I'm fine with that. That's cool.
But, like, what are the odds that, like, we'll see a Yoda mid-quel? Right? Like, we could ask that about everybody. Like, what has everybody been up to between episodes 3 and when we see them again? So what's Yoda been up to? You know?
If there's a story there, it's fine. I'd much rather see other things.
Right. I kind of want us to build outward or forward or even backward. But we're working inward. And it's weird to me that we're seeing all these stories inwards. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. No.
Am I making it like High Republic is working backwards? Great. Let's see more stories, right? Or outwards. Mandalorian is outwards, right? We're seeing or forwards is episodes, 7, 8, and 9. But then this is inwards. This is like Solo was inwards, right?
Mm-hmm.
Rogue One, also inwards.
Well, what do you think?
No. I don't think Solo was. I don't think Rogue One was inwards. I think Rogue One was outwards.
It was the events of the Skywalker's saga.
Yeah.
Affecting the rest of the galaxy.
Right. And I like Rogue One.
So far, we've only seen that on screen, live action, just through that property. Well, I guess Mandalorian too, but...
Do we want Tag and Bink are dead? Tag and Bink are dead?
I think that would make a good cartoon.
Okay. It's Rosencrantz and Guildenstern.
Don't you think so?
I think a comedy live action series with, like, comedic actors.
We're talking about Star Wars fans, man.
Well...
You think they'd go for that? I don't know.
Here's a question. Is there some... Okay. Is Obi-Wan Kenobi, this show, better than Book of Boba Fett?
No.
Will fans think it is?
A lot of them will.
Yes. Because it's their character they grew up with.
Yeah, but I like every episode of Book of Boba Fett than I did this first episode of Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Oh, that even the weakest Book of Boba Fett is
Yeah.
better than both of these episodes?
The first one.
The first one.
Definitely. The second one was a lot better than the first one.
Yeah.
And it was fine.
Yeah. Leia is super fast. What's going on? She's a little kid.
She's fast and she knows the area.
No, she doesn't know Dayu.
Oh, okay. I thought
she runs twice.
She's getting chased on Alderaan.
She runs on Alderaan.
Oh,
and she runs on Dayu.
And
yeah,
Flea
that is Flea, right?
Yeah, that was Flea.
I thought it was. I was like, that guy looks familiar. It's Flea.
Yeah, the other guy looked like Prince. Was it Shizer or Sheezer or whatever his name is?
Oh, Caesar.
Caesar. It's the same species, right?
The species is called the Faline. Yeah. Oh, Lamar Zeno says good show. Lamar was here on another episode of something. I forget what
cool.
you were watching. Maybe a
hello,
kickback episode. What's up?
I said, well, hello, Lamar.
Lamar's here. Hopefully, Lamar, you watched episodes 1 and 2 of Obi-Wan Kenobi, because that's what we're talking about. So, love to hear your thoughts. But Yeah, like I don't know whether this is necessary, and I think that this show, regardless of what they do, is going to be appreciated by more fans just for the fact that it's Obi-Wan Kenobi. But like, I think Book of Boba Fett is. I mean, yeah. Even its weakest. I mean, the weakest episode was that land speeder episode, episode 3.
Yeah.
Was the weakest one, and you're right. The weakest.
That was the same one with the Chrysanthemum fight, right? When he went to the back of the tank to pulled him out.
Oh, and he like suddenly like appears out of nowhere, or like right, he appears out of nowhere or something like.
Yeah, Boba Fett's
like,
in the back of the
all
tank.
The kids like team up on him.
Yeah, like that was the same episode, right?
That's the same episode. That was a weird episode. So that episode is better than the first episode of this.
The action's better in this, I would say. I would say the action.
What action in the first episode? Is there action in the first episode? It's Leia running and some guy like some guys trying to kidnap her. That's the only action, really.
Order 66, and then
the
Inquisitors and Tatooine. I guess not really action, but
yeah, that guy. I thought that guy got hung. By the way.
Yeah, I thought so too.
But he just got strung. He got killed and strung up. But I thought he got hung. Or hanged. It's called hanged.
Because they hanged his ex. Yeah.
Yeah. Hanged is the word.
Loss of life.
And Kenobi's just like, nah, man, get away from me.
Didn't want anything to do with him.
Dude, you're going to blow up my shit. Like, leave me alone. Stop bringing, like, don't bring the cops down on me, you know?
He told him, go in the middle of the desert and bury the lightsaber, which is exactly what he did. So he had 2.
Huh? Who had 2?
He had Obi-Wan when he went into the middle of the desert.
Uh-huh. He dug up his own lightsaber.
I know I'm jumping around, but there were 2 lightsabers in that box. So one was Anakin's, and then what? The other one was his?
Yeah, I think so.
I had no his.
Oh,
the one
because
he had looked,
because Anakin's one's the one that goes to Luke.
Yeah. So I never knew Obi-Wan's looked like Luke's green lightsaber. It has like the same handle.
Oh.
It
has that like
this top? Apparently. Yeah, like that. Yeah.
That like saucer.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of like a saucer kind of thing. Yeah.
At least in this show, that's what they showed us.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, yeah, the show was kind of clunky, right?
Dialogue's bad. Some of the acting's bad. Ewan McGregor's it's just like they nailed the tone of the prequels. They nailed the feeling of the prequels.
With the bad acting?
Bad acting.
Owen Lars is kind of cool.
Dialogue. Yeah, he's cool. He's fine.
Joel Edgerton playing Owen Lars is kind of the funniest. Like, if he was cast in Star Wars now, as opposed to being shoehorned in Episode 3, like Joel Edgerton as an actor, they would have given him a way meatier role.
Yep. Yeah.
They would have given him a villain role, and he would have like owned a whole movie as a villain.
Mm-hmm.
But instead, his luck is he started his career off in Episode 3. They gave him a small role, and then now he's forced to play it again in this.
Well, I mean, if they were going to do this story on Tatooine, he could have been kind of a villain, you know? I mean, he wouldn't be like...
You mean just like a
big... He would be a big...
No,
bad,
but we would
be
an
antagonist.
You want to hate Owen Lars?
No, I didn't say hate.
No, I know, but if he was like an abusive uncle, like, that's...
Well, no, just... He's the roadblock to Obi-Wan's goal.
Right. He's an antagonist, but at the same time, like...
You could be a super bad dude with very low stakes and, you know, play it off that way.
Right. I think, I don't want them to, I need more stories, but I don't know whether this is the story I want. But it's fine. But look, we've talked about this, right? What's the one thing that I want out of this series? Who do I want to show up?
Oh, Dr. Aphra.
I want Dr. Aphra to show up. And if Dr. Aphra shows up, then I'll consider it a net positive, you know? But right now I feel like, and I don't want to feel this way, and I know I'm not going to feel this way because I know it's going to be better, but I feel like, was it a waste of time?
to use this to introduce Afra?
No,
what do you
no,
mean,
waste of time so far. Like these first 2 episodes, like this show.
No, I mean they had to set up a premise. They had to do that. I mean,
you think it'll be better? You'll get better?
I hope so. I mean, it definitely got better from the first to the second episode, and I think I don't know. I'm just speculating here, but I feel like that's why Disney decided to put both of them up.
They do that, like
because I think they wanted. This one episode is not what we want to leave you with.
Right. And they also were like, let's make it out of let's do something with Celebration, right?
Yeah.
But then also they screwed over Miss Marvel, and I am upset. I'm upset.
Dude, do we have the rest of the schedule? I haven't seen anything.
For what?
I have for the rest of
Obi-Wan?
Obi-Wan.
It's supposed to be Wednesdays.
I mean,
I don't know whether we have an official schedule yet, but
if it's gonna be Wednesday or Fridays.
I don't know. Because even Star Wars has not set a schedule, said anything official, right?
No, as far as I know.
They keep just saying the first 2 episodes are this, the first 2 episodes are that.
Yeah.
But there's nowhere that says watch it every Wednesday.
I've seen people post that they're going to be on Fridays. Oh, CNET changed to Wednesday.
From where?
No, this is based on previous Disney Plus releases, so I don't know. Nobody has the official word yet.
Yeah.
We'll just have to wait. We'll have to wait and see. Is it drop
They'll
say
something in this weekend. It'll be Friday, Saturday, Sunday. They'll say something.
Yeah.
But it's just been a pain. But I'm upset that they screwed over Miss Marvel essentially.
Yeah.
And that's
I mean,
Marvel and Star Wars stuff should not come out on the same. It's pulling from the same well. It's a very similar, a lot of overlap between Star Wars fans and Marvel fans. There's a lot of overlap, you know.
Certainly for our purposes, it's an issue. Trying to talk about them right after the show. Is it as big of a deal if we're not doing that?
Okay, if we weren't doing an after show, I would say that it's still a dick move because it's trying to. The water cooler conversation can only go to 1. That's the problem.
Right.
And people will stay up, and they'll stay up till midnight, and they'll watch Obi-Wan, and then they'll go to sleep so they can talk about it the next day. And if it wasn't for Obi-Wan, maybe they might do it to Miss Marvel. Maybe. But regardless, the Obi-Wan talk will be the talk of the town for that week until the next episode, and Miss Marvel is going to be pushed away. By no fault of Miss Marvel. Miss Marvel's a smaller character.
I think you're also underestimating Miss Marvel. Not necessarily because of who she is, as a character, but just having the Marvel brand associated with the television show.
I think that it's so specifically Pakistani Muslim New Jersey girl. I think it's a very specific thing that. Let me just say that there is a certain type of fan that is going to eat up Obi-Wan because he's the hero they want.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I agree with you.
And you know, the people who are complaining about Boba Fett not being just a child murderer, it's weird to me. What? It's those same people. So they're not going to be tuning in for Miss Marvel, but maybe they weren't going to tune in anyway for Miss Marvel. But there are people who do overlap, who are interested in both, that really, if we're going to watch something at midnight, you're going to watch one or the other. It's most likely going to be Kenobi. You know? But I think that one should have come out on Fridays and one should come out on Wednesdays.
I agree. I think that
at least you
better.
get 2 days of talking, you know, about it.
Kenobi
could have dominated the weekend. Miss Marvel comes out on Wednesdays. Kenobi comes out on Fridays. You dominate the talk on a Friday. Also, more people are more likely to stay up till midnight on a Thursday night into Friday because it's just one more day. But a Wednesday night is a tougher time to stay up till midnight because you still have 3 more days of work. You know?
Yeah.
So, I'm looking forward to what Kenobi has to offer, and I need my Dr. Afra, just like I needed my Chrysanthemum, and I got him.
You weren't expecting him, though.
I was not expecting him. Now, I'm expecting Dr.
Now you're
Afra.
expecting.
But I need more cameos. Is that what I need? I need more cameos in this, because It's just too bland without it.
I don't know, dude. I feel like a lot of these movies and shows is just being like, no spoilers of who shows up.
Right.
And it's just like we're watching to see who's in it as opposed to like what the story is about, what the characters are doing. It's just like what character is going to be there.
Right.
I don't know. It just feels like I don't know. It just kind of waters down the experience for me, anyway. I'd be happy to see Dr. Aphra on screen. If she shows up in this and it's done well, then that's cool.
Yeah.
But I just really don't expect it.
Well, I mean, Maya Erskine's going to play somebody.
Yeah. She would be good as Dr. Aphra.
Yeah.
She's got the personality. She's got the, she's
the charisma.
Kind of
she has a charisma. She has charisma.
Like
she could have her own show, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Some people don't.
Yep.
But it's kind what's sad to me, and it's kind of funny, it's the loss of Padme that is more sad to me than the quote unquote loss of Anakin.
Oh yeah.
I'm more sad that Padme died than Anakin turned to the dark side.
Oh yeah.
Natalie Portman is just a better, not a better actor. I mean, she is, but that's not what I'm talking about. She's a better actor than she acted in those movies. And like, I kind of felt sad because Obi-Wan knows that Padme has died. Who does Leia remind him of? Padme.
Oh yeah.
But she's dead, and he can't tell her that she's reminds him of her mother.
It's interesting though. She knows she's adopted, right?
Yeah.
She's uncovered. She said that I'm not a real Organa or whatever.
Yeah. Her cousin, that little cousin.
Gosh, what an asshole!
Knock him on his ass, man. I don't care.
He's like 4 years older than her. He's like 14.
You dickhole.
13 years old, and he's like trying to make his 10-year-old cousin feel bad. What a dick.
Yeah. Yeah. Those are Empire sympathizers, right? Like that one guy who was just like, I'm not here to talk politics, my boy. I'm just here to eat your food. Oh.
Yep. The ones that got nothing, they don't really have to care about it.
Yeah.
Because all their needs are taken care of.
It's a class thing, yeah. Yeah. Jimmy Smits, though, is always cool. Jimmy Smits playing Bail Organa.
Oh, yeah. I didn't know his name.
Yeah. Well, what people say, the joke is, Star Wars has been recently expanding to space Latinos. And so like Jimmy Smits, though, is the original space Latino. He's the first Latino in Star Wars.
Yeah.
In episode, right. As far as we know, as far as I know, as far as I can remember. And he appears in episode 3.
Wait, he's not in all 3 of the prequels?
Is he? Is he in episodes 1 and 2?
Yeah, I thought he was.
I could be wrong, but yeah, okay. Yeah. For the sake of time, as we wrap things up, what, Matt, do you think is going to happen going forward? We got 4 episodes.
I don't know.
Paint me a picture.
He already has Leia, so...
He has Leia.
I would have thought the whole season was going to be him trying to grab her to save her, but...
Yeah.
Maybe he's going to lose her again? Is the Inquisitor going to get a hold of her? Is the Inquisitor going to find out she's got the Force? I think that's kind of where it's going.
Anakin is Vader. Nobody knows Anakin's Vader. Why does the Inquisitor know?
No idea. Maybe he told her.
Is that weird, though?
I think it's weird to go to the dark side and kill children with a lightsaber, so it's not out of character, I guess. I don't know. I don't know why you would. Maybe we're gonna find out how she knows.
Yeah. Yeah. My computer's like kind of being weird, but am I freezing up on you?
No. No, everything's good.
Interesting. I'm frozen on my own end. That's weird.
It's frozen on the
stream, yeah.
On the stream too.
Yeah, but it's fine. We got this audio as long as that That's good. But yeah, I want to see some more cameos, even if he has to like jump from planet to planet each episode to bring her back to Alderaan, because that's kind of the way I see this going. It's like is this a road trip movie? You know, is this that kind of thing? It's a road trip. It's a road trip across the stars. You know,
they go into a gas station and Leia tries on sunglasses. Funny sunglasses.
Is this Logan? Is that Logan?
I don't know. That feels